Finding Inner Peace, a guide to self-care after trauma. The impact of trauma can be incredibly difficult to cope with. However, by taking the time to practice self-care, it is possible to find some inner peace and relief from the stress associated with traumatic events. In this message, we will explore different ways to practice self-care and find comfort when you have experienced trauma. Through a combination of simple tips and strategies, you can start on the path toward healing and gaining greater resilience. Welcome, kindred soul. I'm honored to be here with you and share spirit-led messages to nourish your soul. As we go through the teachings, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Return anytime you want clarification or simply want more nourishment. At the end, I will be providing you with the option of extended teachings if you wish to continue. Let's open the best frequency by speaking words of positivity. I am light, loved, and whole, created and designed for a purpose. I give and receive abundance and work with all my heart as I open the pathway for others. Understanding the importance of self-care after trauma. After experiencing trauma, it can be easy to overlook the importance of self-care. Often, the focus is on the immediate aftermath of the traumatic event, such as seeking medical help or finding safety. While these steps are crucial, it is equally important to prioritize self-care as part of the healing process. Self-care after trauma is essential because it allows you to prioritize your own well-being. Traumatic events can leave you feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, and emotionally drained. Engaging in self-care activities can help replenish your physical, mental, and emotional energy, allowing you to cope more effectively with the aftermath of trauma. Additionally, self-care provides a sense of control in a situation that may feel chaotic or unpredictable. Trauma can disrupt your sense of safety and stability, but by engaging in self-care, you can regain a sense of control over your own well-being. This can contribute to a greater sense of empowerment and resilience as you navigate the healing process. Furthermore, self-care after trauma is important for long-term healing and preventing further negative impacts on your mental and physical health. Trauma has the potential to create long-lasting effects, including increased stress, anxiety, depression, and even physical health problems. By practicing self-care, you are actively working to mitigate these potential effects and promoting overall well-being. Signs that you need self-care. Recognizing the signs that you need self-care after experiencing trauma is crucial for your overall well-being and healing process. While everyone's response to trauma is different, some common signs may indicate you need to prioritize self-care. One of the first signs is feeling overwhelmed or emotionally drained. Trauma can be incredibly stressful, and it is natural to feel emotionally exhausted after such an event. If you find yourself constantly feeling tired, irritable, or unable to focus, it may be a sign that you need to take some time for yourself and practice self-care. Another sign is experiencing increased levels of stress or anxiety. Trauma can heighten these feelings and make it difficult to manage everyday tasks. If you notice that your stress levels are becoming unmanageable or that your anxiety is interfering with your daily life, it may be time to engage in self-care activities to help reduce these symptoms. Additionally, if you find it difficult to cope with triggers or reminders of the traumatic event, this is another sign that self-care is needed. Trauma can create triggers that elicit strong emotional or physical reactions, and practicing self-care can help you better navigate and manage these triggers. Lastly, if you are feeling disconnected from yourself or others, it may be a sign that you need to prioritize self-care. Trauma can disrupt your sense of self and your relationships, and engaging in self-care activities can help you reconnect and rebuild those connections. Different types of self-care and how to practice them. When it comes to practicing self-care after trauma, it's important to recognize that self-care can take many different forms. What works for one person may not work for another, so it's important to find the self-care activities that resonate with you personally. Here are some different types of self-care and suggestions on how to practice them. 1. Physical self-care. Taking care of your body can be incredibly beneficial in the healing process. Engage in activities that make you feel good physically, such as exercise, getting enough sleep, and nourishing your body with healthy foods. Find an exercise routine that you enjoy, whether it's yoga, running, or dancing. Make sure you prioritize sleep and create a bedtime routine that promotes relaxation. Lastly, pay attention to your nutrition and try to incorporate more fruits, vegetables, and whole foods into your diet. 2. Emotional self-care. Trauma can take a toll on your emotional well-being, so it's important to engage in activities that support your emotional healing. Consider journaling to express your thoughts and emotions, practicing mindfulness or meditation to help ground yourself in the present moment, or seeking therapy to process your experiences with a professional. Surround yourself with supportive and understanding people who can provide a listening ear and offer comfort when you need it. 3. Social self-care. Building and maintaining connections with others is an important aspect of self-care after trauma. Find ways to nurture your relationships, whether it's by scheduling regular phone calls or meetups with loved ones, joining support groups with individuals who have experienced similar trauma, or participating in group activities that bring you joy. Connecting with others who understand and validate your experiences can provide a sense of belonging and support. 4. Creative self-care. Engaging in creative activities can be incredibly therapeutic. Whether it's painting, writing, playing a musical instrument, or even cooking, finding an outlet for self-expression can help process and heal from trauma. Explore different creative hobbies and find what brings you joy and helps you release emotions in a healthy way. Seeking support, therapy and group therapy options. If you have experienced trauma, seeking support through therapy and group therapy can be a crucial part of your healing journey. Therapy provides a safe and confidential space for you to process your emotions, explore your thoughts, and work through the impact of the trauma on your life. A therapist can help you develop coping strategies, build resilience, and navigate the complex emotions that arise after trauma. They can also provide guidance and support as you work towards finding inner peace and healing. Group therapy offers the unique benefit of connecting with others who have experienced similar traumas. Being able to share your experiences, fears, and victories with others who truly understand can provide a profound sense of validation and belonging. Group therapy allows you to learn from others' experiences, gain different perspectives, and develop a support system of individuals who are on a similar journey. Together, you can learn coping skills, share resources, and provide encouragement to one another. When seeking therapy or group therapy options, it is important to find a therapist or group that aligns with your specific needs and preferences. Research different therapists and group therapy programs, read reviews, and consider reaching out for a consultation to determine if it feels like the right fit. Remember that seeking support is not a sign of weakness, but rather a courageous step towards healing and finding inner peace. Navigating triggers and managing anxiety through self-care. Navigating triggers and managing anxiety after trauma can be a challenging journey, but practicing self-care can help you find peace and relief. One important aspect of self-care is learning to identify and manage triggers that may cause stress. Triggers are reminders of the traumatic event and can evoke intense emotional or physical reactions. By developing strategies to navigate triggers, you can regain control and minimize their impact on your well-being. One way to navigate triggers is to create a safety plan. This involves identifying potential triggers and developing a plan for how to cope with them when they arise. For example, if crowded spaces trigger anxiety, you could develop strategies such as deep breathing exercises or using grounding techniques to help bring yourself back to the present moment. In addition, engaging in activities that help manage anxiety can be beneficial. These activities can include practicing mindfulness or meditation, engaging in calming exercises like yoga or tai chi, or using relaxation techniques such as progressive muscle relaxation or guided imagery. These practices can help reduce anxiety symptoms and provide a sense of calm and grounding. It's also important to engage in self-care activities that bring you joy and provide a distraction from anxiety. This can include activities such as listening to music, reading a book, engaging in a hobby, or spending time in nature. Finding healthy and enjoyable outlets for stress and anxiety can help shift your focus away from triggers and promote a sense of peace and well-being. Remember, navigating triggers and managing anxiety takes time and patience. Be gentle with yourself as you learn what works best for you. With consistent practice and self-care, you can develop the resilience and coping strategies necessary to navigate triggers and manage anxiety, ultimately finding greater peace and well-being on your healing journey. Creating a routine for consistent self-care practices. Creating a routine for consistent self-care practices is essential when you have experienced trauma. Establishing a routine can provide a sense of structure and stability, which can be especially comforting during times of distress. By incorporating self-care activities into your daily or weekly schedule, you can ensure that you prioritize your well-being and make self-care a consistent part of your life. To create a routine, start by identifying self-care activities that resonate with you and that you enjoy. Consider what brings you peace, joy, and a sense of calm. It could be practicing yoga, taking a relaxing bath, going for a walk in nature, or engaging in a creative hobby. Choose activities that align with your preferences and that you find meaningful. Next, determine a specific time or day for each self-care activity in your routine. It can be helpful to schedule these activities in your calendar or set reminders on your phone to ensure that you make time for them. Treat these self-care activities as non-negotiable appointments with yourself, just like you would with any other important commitment. As you establish your routine, be flexible and open to adjustments. Life can be unpredictable, and it's important to adapt your routine when necessary. If you can't engage in a specific self-care activity at the designated time, find an alternative time slot or replace it with another activity that is more feasible. The key is to remain committed to your self-care practice, even if it means making adjustments along the way. Finally, be kind and compassionate with yourself as you develop your routine. It may take time to find the right balance and flow. Start small and gradually build up to more consistent self-care practices. Remember that the purpose of creating a routine is to prioritize your well-being and provide yourself with the care and nourishment you deserve. Making progress and celebrating small wins. In your journey towards healing after trauma, it's important to recognize and celebrate the progress you make along the way. Healing is not a linear process, and there will be ups and downs, but acknowledging your small wins can be incredibly empowering and motivating. One way to track your progress is by keeping a journal or a gratitude list. Each day, take a few moments to write down one thing you accomplished or one positive experience you had. It could be as simple as getting out of bed, reaching out to a supportive friend, or completing a self-care activity. By regularly reflecting on these small wins, you can see how far you've come and remind yourself of your resilience and strength. Additionally, remember to be kind to yourself and celebrate your efforts. Healing from trauma takes time, and even the smallest steps forward are worth celebrating. Treat yourself with compassion and acknowledge the courage it takes to face your trauma and prioritize your self-care. As you celebrate your small wins, also be mindful of any setbacks or challenges that may arise. Setbacks are a normal part of the healing process, and it's important not to let them overshadow your progress. Instead, view setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning. Embrace the journey as a whole, both the ups and the downs, and continue to move forward at your own pace. Thank you for listening to this teaching. If you would like to go further with this teaching, or any others, please visit firstlightteaching.com. I also want to thank any of you who may have donated. Your blessings have provided me the opportunity to bring this to you and share my light with the world.